Separation anxiety is a severe condition. There are, however, many situations that look extremely similar. They just don't usually require the same level of intensive treatment. Some dogs aren't terrified of being alone, they're just uncomfortable. Now, I'm no fan of bugs, especially not spiders. If I were to spot a spider, I'm going to feel icky and I'm going to want it gone. But I can find myself a weapon and get rid of my problem myself. I probably wouldn't keep my cool in front of, say, a tarantula, but for most spiders I've encountered, I'm fine. The difference between someone like me who's a little uncomfortable around spiders and an arachnophobiac is that I will stay somewhat calm up until a certain point. Tarantula, for example. The person with a debilitating fear of spiders will have more or less the same reaction whether the spider is this big or the size of their hand. They may kill the tiny spider, but they sure as shit aren't thinking straight while they set the house on fire. And therein lies the difference between everything we'll talk about in this video and actual separation anxiety. If your dog is only uncomfortable, you're going to get very similar symptoms. But those symptoms will fade, they'll come and go, and they will vary based on what exactly is going on. A dog with separation anxiety starts panicking when you leave, period. Whereas a dog that's uncomfortable will show signs in more specific situations. Your partner's been gone on a business trip for a week. You've been gone longer than usual. You are visiting someone, so you're not in your usual home. The routine gets heavily disrupted, that kind of stuff. Now, about puppies. They are hardwired to stay with their litter, and we often take them home before that starts to stop. It's perfectly normal for them to panic a little bit when you leave them alone, but that doesn't mean that you should ignore them when they do. Let me be perfectly clear. Your puppy can absolutely develop full-blown separation anxiety. Now, whether that discomfort is mild or to be expected, your goal is to make sure that it does not get worse. What you should be doing is watch the rest of this series and apply its principles. Because your problem isn't as severe, you're gonna have the luxury of skipping some steps, going a little bit faster, winging it, and you're still very likely to fix your problem. But if you ignore this mild problem, you're running the risk of being back here in 3 months with a much larger project on your hands. Last video I said this was going to be our last rule out, but there's one more I forgot, and that is crate-related problems. Next episode.